Yeah, so hello friends, welcome back in once again in the next lecture of the Swift series. So in this lecture we will discuss about generics. So here is the Apple doc and we can read about the generics. So generics code enable us to write flexible reusable function that work with any type. So we check the generics practical in our example. Suppose I want to display here a message like display data. So I am taking here a function display data. So we'll add here function and here we will take the argument of the display data. Suppose I am taking here data and here the data is int type. So here we can pass the int type data and here I will print the data here. So we'll display the data here and we'll call the function display data and here we will pass the integer type values. So suppose I am passing here 100 and run this code. 100 will be display here. So yeah, you can check that 100 value is displaying here. So suppose I want to display a string value. So what will we need here? So in the same function, if I want to display here error message is showing that cannot convert value of type string to expected argument type is int. So here argument type is int, but we are passing here a string type value, so it will not accept it. So for this we need to another function. So for this I think here take another function and we'll call the function here. So I am commenting this code here and now I will take another data type here string. So now this will work. Uncomment this code. Yeah, so here same function name we are calling two places, first place here and the second place is here. So here we are taking a integer type value, so here we are passing string type value. So suppose I need to another data. So suppose I want to display the float type value. So for this I cannot pass here. So for this I will need a another function and here we need a float data type. So then I can pass here the float type value. So now it will work because in string type we cannot pass float type value, so it will show the error. So like this we the same function and same function name we are calling, but just due to the argument type is different, so we cannot pass the different value into the same function because we need to different data type for all the functions. So this problem we can resolve with generics function. So now I will create a generic function and three data types we will resolve with a single function. So I am commenting this code and here I am taking another function. Suppose I am taking here display data and this is a generic function. So I am this is a so this is a generic function I am taking here. So in the generic function we need to declare here type parameters. So we can take here t or we can take here any type of alphabet, like we can take here a b c and any alphabet we can take here. The type parameter is always added between the angle brackets. We are taking here angle brackets after completion of the function name. So immediately after the function name we will add the type parameter. So t is now a type parameter. So if we add the type parameter here, so here we can take a argument type. So now the argument type is also t because here we are taking the t, so t will be add here. And now I will call this function with the generics. So our first value is 100. So now I will first time I will take here integer type value, will pass here Yeah, so you can check that 100 is displaying here. I am passing here integer type value, so it's accept integer value. And in second time, suppose I am passing here a string type value. So our second value is coding Gyaan. So now I will again call this function, and we can check here integer and string both value the single function is accepting here. So we need not two different function for it. We can resolve this problem with the single function because it's a generic function. So suppose I am passing here a float type value, suppose 100 into, so now it will work or not. So I will run it. Yeah, so you can check that the float value is also displaying here. We can pass here different data type value into the single function. So it's the power of the generic function. Generic function can handle different data type into the single function. So suppose we are taking in another example of the generic function. So suppose it's the example 1 and I am commenting this code here. So here I am taking in another example. Suppose I want to swap two numbers. So for this I will take here a function swap to number. So I am taking here in the angle bracket. Now the parameter type I am taking here, or you can see, you can take any alphabet. I am taking here C. In the previous I have taken here T. So I am taking here C, and here first parameter is, so A colon, the type here is C, and B, and the type is here C, because the argument type is now C, because parameter type is C here, and I am not returning any value here. Suppose I am taking here a another temp variable and storing a value of A into the temp. Now the A is empty, and now storing into the A the value of B, and now the B is empty and storing into the B the temp. We are exchanging the value of A and B into here. So the variable will not work here because the parameter type is let constant value here, so we cannot use inside the function without InOut. So I will add here InOut. So a separate lecture of the InOut I have already created and given the link in the description box, so you can check about the InOut function. So in detail we will not discuss about the InOut here. So here I will add in out, but in briefly we can say InOut function is a function. We can change the parameter value inside the function. So now the value of the A and the value of the B we can change inside the function because they are the InOut functions. So here I will call swap two numbers. So here always address of the variable will be passed because it will work as a call by reference. If you already read in the C++ also, so it's like a call by reference. So I am passing here the reference of the variables A and B. So suppose I am passing here the ampersand C and ampersand C, because ampersand C is now a type. So I am passing here the type of the value. So suppose I am taking here and here, and here I am passing num1, and here I am passing num2, and here I will print the value of A and B. So now, because the inout function after apply the operation and return the value into the original parameter. So here the original parameter is num1 and num2. So after exchanging the value will be returned into the num1 and num2. So now I will print here. Yeah, so you can check that now the num1 value, so num1 value was 100, but now the displaying here is 200, and num2 value is 200, but now the display is 100. So value has been changed. Suppose I am passing here integer type value. So in the same function you can pass here a float type value. Suppose I am passing here 30 and here 40. So now in the same function I am passing float type value. So now the value of the number 1 and number 2 so has been changed because num1 is now displaying this and num2 is now display this. So now the value of the numbers have been changed. So suppose I want to change pass here a string type value. So here I can in the first number I can pass coding and in the second I am passing Gyaan. So I am running this code. Yeah, so you can check that. So now num1 displaying Gyaan and num2 displaying coding. So now the value of the num1 and num2 has been replaced with each other. So like this we can check generic function for different data type. So it's very helpful where different data types we are passing into the same function. So I think it will be the helpful. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for the watching.